We all know that eating fresh veggies is one of the best things you can do for your health. Your doctor would probably tell you that too. Vegetables are packed with nutrients that can help lower blood pressure, reduce your risk of heart disease, and even protect against some cancers. And let's not forget, they can do wonders for your blood sugar levels. But here's the important thing. If you have kidney problems or you're at risk, you've got to be careful about the veggies you eat. While most vegetables are super healthy, some can actually be too harsh on your kidneys, especially if they're already a little under the weather. So, what's the problem?
Well, many veggies are loaded with things like potassium, sodium, phosphorus, and oxalates. In large amounts, these can pile up in your body and do a real number on your kidneys. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we'll tell you about the top 10 vegetables you should avoid for kidney health and discuss why they may not be as kidney-friendly as you thought. Okay, let's start with number 10, tomatoes. When it comes to kidney health, tomatoes are one of those tricky foods that should either be avoided or consumed in moderation if you're following a renal diet. Sure, they may seem like a tasty and nutritious addition to your meals, but they actually contain high levels of potassium, which can affect how well your kidneys function. Tomatoes are commonly used in everything from sauces and soups to salads, making them pretty hard to avoid. But for those with kidney issues, consuming too many can create some serious problems. Take tomato sauce, for instance. A single cup can pack in a hefty 728 mg of potassium. That's a lot more than you might think and can really add up, potentially causing potassium levels in your body to rise to dangerous levels. This buildup can lead to kidney stones or other complications, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on. As if that wasn't enough, tomatoes also contain oxalates, substances that can make kidney problems even worse, especially if you're prone to forming kidney stones. But you don't have to sacrifice flavor to protect your kidneys. There are many delicious options. For example, roasted red peppers are an excellent stand-in for tomato sauce. They're sweet, smoky, and give a similar rich flavor without the high potassium content. You can also use fresh citrus juices like lemon or lime to add that tangy kick you love in dishes. These swaps allow you to still enjoy vibrant meals without putting unnecessary stress on your kidneys. So while tomatoes might be a favorite in many dishes, remember to keep your intake in check and get creative with kidney-friendly alternatives to keep both your taste buds and your kidneys happy. Number 9, Swiss chard. While we're not saying that you should completely avoid Swiss chard, it's important to be mindful of how much you consume if you have kidney issues. This leafy green vegetable, packed with nutrients, can be both a friend and foe to your kidneys, depending on your health condition. While Swiss chard is loaded with essential vitamins and minerals like vitamin K, vitamin A, magnesium, and vitamin C, it also comes with some potential risks for those with kidney disease. One of the main concerns with Swiss chard is its high potassium content. A single cup of raw Swiss chard contains about 136 milligrams of potassium. For someone with kidney disease, managing potassium intake is crucial because the kidneys may struggle to filter out excess potassium, which can lead to dangerous levels in the bloodstream. Too much potassium can cause heart problems, muscle weakness, and other serious complications. So, if you're already on a low potassium diet, it's best to be cautious with Swiss chard. Swiss chard also contains oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can contribute to the formation of kidney stones, especially for those who are prone to calcium oxalate stones, the most common type. If you're someone who's sensitive to oxalates, it's a good idea to limit foods like Swiss chard that are known to contain higher levels. Also, if you're managing kidney disease, it's vital to keep an eye on your intake of sugar, sodium, phosphorus, and protein, as these can all affect kidney function. Number 8, spinach. If you think eating spinach will make you as strong as Popeye, well, you're not entirely wrong. Spinach is packed with vitamins and minerals that can certainly contribute to a healthy diet. However, if you have kidney issues, it's important to pay attention to the amount you consume, as spinach can present some challenges for people with compromised kidney function. One of the main concerns with spinach is its potassium content. While potassium is an essential nutrient that helps regulate fluid balance and muscle function, it can become problematic for individuals with kidney disease. Spinach is considered a medium to high potassium food. A single cup of cooked spinach contains around 840 mg of potassium, which is a significant amount, especially for people on a low potassium diet or those undergoing dialysis. Excess potassium can build up in the blood, leading to dangerous heart arrhythmias and other health issues. For this reason, if you're managing kidney damage, it's best to limit your spinach intake or opt for smaller portions. Another issue with spinach is its high oxalate content. Oxalates are naturally occurring compounds found in many foods, including spinach. For people who are prone to kidney stones, particularly calcium oxalate stones, the most common type, consuming too many high oxalate foods can increase the risk of stone formation. On a typical diet, you might consume 200 to 300 mg of oxalates per day. But if you're following a low oxalate diet, you should aim for less than 100 mg daily. Spinach, unfortunately, is one of the highest oxalate-containing vegetables, so it's important to be cautious. That said, spinach does offer plenty of health benefits, such as being rich in vitamins A, C, E, K, and B vitamins, as well as iron, magnesium, and calcium. These nutrients can support kidney function and help with blood filtration. But as with many other high potassium and high oxalate foods, moderation is key. For people with kidney concerns, it's best to enjoy spinach in moderation and be mindful of portion sizes. If you love spinach, consider speaking with your doctor or dietitian to determine how much you can safely include in your diet. Number 7. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are often touted as a superfood, packed with vitamins and fiber. But if you're watching your potassium intake due to kidney issues, these tasty root vegetables might not be as harmless as they seem. A medium-sized baked sweet potato, about 114 grams, has around 542 mg of potassium. While that's a little less than regular potatoes, it can still add up quickly, especially if you're eating them frequently. The good news is that, just like regular potatoes, you can reduce the potassium content in sweet potatoes with a few easy techniques. The process is called potassium leaching. By boiling sweet potatoes in cold water or soaking them for a few minutes, you can cut their potassium levels by up to 20%. It's a simple trick that can make these veggies a bit easier on your kidneys. But keep in mind, even after leaching, sweet potatoes still pack a punch when it comes to potassium. So, portion control is important here too. You don't have to ditch sweet potatoes altogether, but just be careful about how much you're eating and how often. By using leaching methods and moderating your intake, you can still enjoy the sweet, nutritious taste of these root veggies without putting too much strain on your kidneys. Number 6. Kale. Kale can be a healthy choice for kidney health, but it's important to consider how much you eat and whether you have any underlying health conditions. While kale is packed with nutrients, including vitamins A, C, and K, it also contains certain elements that may pose a concern for people with kidney issues. One of the main factors to consider is kale's potassium content. Kale is a medium to high potassium food, and for individuals with kidney damage or those on potassium-restricted diets, consuming too much can put extra strain on the kidneys. Potassium helps regulate fluid balance, but when kidney function is compromised, the body may struggle to eliminate excess potassium, leading to dangerous levels. Another consideration is kale's oxalate content. Oxalates are naturally occurring substances that can bind with calcium in the urine, forming kidney stones. While kale does contain oxalates, it has a lower amount compared to other leafy greens like spinach, which can have hundreds of milligrams per serving. However, for people prone to kidney stones, it's still wise to monitor oxalate intake. Cooking kale can also make a difference. Steaming or sautéing kale instead of juicing it can help reduce the oxalate levels, making it a safer option for kidney health. By cooking it, you can still enjoy its benefits while minimizing potential risks. Simply put, kale is generally safe for most people, but if you have kidney issues, it's essential to be mindful of your portion sizes and how you prepare it. Number 5. Pickles. While most of us would argue that pickles are not vegetables, in reality, they actually are. Pickles are made from cucumbers, which are indeed vegetables. However, the process of pickling changes their nutritional profile, often turning them into a food that's much more than just a simple vegetable. During the pickling process, cucumbers are soaked in brine, which is high in sodium, and that's where the problem lies, especially for kidney health. Pickles are packed with sodium, and eating too much of it can put significant strain on your kidneys. The kidneys are responsible for filtering out excess sodium from the body, and if there's too much sodium to process, it can force the kidneys to work harder, potentially leading to kidney damage over time. A high sodium diet can also cause high blood pressure, which further stresses the kidneys, making them less efficient. Even low-sodium pickle options, though marketed as a healthier alternative, can still contain significant amounts of salt. It's easy to overlook the sodium content, and before you know it, you've consumed more than your daily recommended intake. While low-sodium pickles are generally a better option, it's important to be mindful of portion sizes. One serving of low-sodium pickles can still contain hundreds of milligrams of sodium, which adds up quickly. For those with kidney concerns, it's essential to limit sodium intake, as excessive sodium can worsen kidney function. The American Heart Association recommends consuming no more than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, ideally aiming for 1,500 milligrams for those managing high blood pressure or kidney disease. If you want to live a healthy life without any kind of kidney problems, then it's best to limit or avoid these sour treats. Number 4. Beans. Beans, though often thought of as vegetables, are actually legumes, a subgroup of plants known for their nutrient-packed seeds. While they're technically not vegetables, beans bring something special to the table: protein. This sets them apart from most vegetables, which are typically low in protein. Beans are an excellent addition to a balanced diet, offering a rich source of plant-based protein, fiber, and starch, which makes them a solid choice for anyone looking to eat healthier or follow a vegetarian or vegan diet. In fact, beans are often classified as starchy vegetables, right alongside potatoes and squash. This is due to their high carbohydrate content, but don't let that fool you. They pack a powerful nutritional punch. Studies suggest that beans and other legumes can be particularly beneficial for people with CKD, as they offer a protein source that's easier on the kidneys compared to animal proteins. However, beans, while rich in nutrients, also contain high levels of phosphorus and potassium. And you know what they mean. For example, a cup of cooked pinto beans contains around 251 milligrams of phosphorus and 746 milligrams of potassium. While these numbers can vary depending on the type of bean, it's crucial to keep portion sizes in check if you're managing kidney health. Beans like kidney beans, black beans, and navy beans are also high in these minerals, so moderation is key. If you're looking for a lower potassium, lower phosphorus option, consider swapping in lentils or chickpeas, which have less of these minerals but still provide plenty of protein and fiber. By being mindful of your portion sizes, you can enjoy the numerous health benefits of beans without putting unnecessary strain on your kidneys. Beans truly are a nutritious powerhouse when eaten in the balance. Number 3. Potatoes. Potatoes are a go-to comfort food for many, whether they're mashed, baked, or turned into crispy fries. But if you have kidney problems, you may want to rethink how often you're enjoying them. The reason? Just like the sweet version, potatoes are also loaded with potassium. And while potassium is important for the body, it can be tough for your kidneys to manage if they're already struggling. A medium-sized baked potato, around 156 grams, contains 610 milligallons of potassium. That's quite a lot for someone trying to keep their potassium intake in check. Now, don't panic. You don't have to give up potatoes entirely. There's a simple trick you can try: leaching. This method helps lower the potassium content by soaking or boiling the potatoes in water. Research suggests that boiling potatoes in cold water can significantly reduce their potassium levels. Soaking them for 5 to 10 minutes can also cut down the potassium by about 20%. It's not a perfect solution, but it's a step in the right direction. Even with these methods, though, potatoes still have a decent amount of potassium, so portion control is key. You don't have to completely eliminate them from your diet, but just be mindful of how much you're eating. If you love potatoes, you can still enjoy them. Just use these tricks to make them a bit more kidney-friendly. Number 2. Processed vegetable products. When you think about vegetables, you probably imagine fresh, colorful produce bursting with vitamins and minerals. But what happens when those vegetables come in a processed form? Think vegetable chips, canned soups, frozen meals, or prepackaged veggie sauces. At first glance, they may seem like a convenient way to add more veggies to your diet. However, for people with kidney problems, these processed vegetable products can be more harmful than helpful. The real concern with these processed vegetable products is their sodium content. Manufacturers often load them up with salt to enhance flavor and increase shelf life. While salt might make these foods tastier and longer lasting, it can also put your kidneys at serious risk. Excess sodium in the diet forces your kidneys to work overtime to filter it out, which can lead to kidney strain and, over time, permanent damage. In fact, too much sodium is one of the leading causes of high blood pressure, and a high blood pressure can severely harm kidney function. But that's not all. Some products also contain added sugars and preservatives, which can further jeopardize kidney health. Consuming too much sugar can lead to weight gain and increased blood sugar levels, both of which are major risk factors for kidney disease. Preservatives are often used to extend shelf life, but they're also chemicals your kidneys have to process, adding to the burden. So, what's the solution? While it's tempting to grab a quick processed vegetable-based snack, the best choice is to opt for whole vegetables, whether fresh, frozen, or home-cooked. If you do need to buy packaged items, look for those labeled low sodium or no salt added to minimize the strain on your kidneys. Making your own meals at home also gives you full control over how much salt, sugar, and preservatives you're consuming. Number 1. Beet greens. Beet greens, those vibrant leafy tops you often toss aside when you buy beets, are actually packed with nutrients. They're loaded with vitamins A, K, and C, and contain a variety of minerals like magnesium and iron. But as beneficial as they are for many, beet greens come with a few red flags for people managing kidney disease. When you think about foods high in potassium, you probably picture bananas, oranges, or potatoes, but beet greens should definitely be on that list too. For someone with healthy kidneys, potassium is essential, helping balance fluids and keep muscles and nerves functioning smoothly. But here's the catch. For anyone with kidney problems, the kidneys struggle to filter out excess potassium. And when potassium builds up in the bloodstream, it can wreak havoc on the heart, leading to arrhythmias or even heart attacks. Just 1 cup of cooked beet greens contains more potassium than you'd expect, around 1,300 milligrams. For someone managing kidney disease, that's a serious amount to deal with in a single serving. So, while beet greens might seem like a healthy choice, for kidney patients, they pose a real risk. Too much potassium in your system can be a ticking time bomb. Now here's where beet greens get even trickier. They also contain oxalates, those sneaky compounds that can contribute to kidney stones. For anyone who's ever had the painful experience of passing a kidney stone, you know how miserable it can be. Oxalates, when consumed in large amounts, bind with calcium to form stones, especially calcium oxalate stones, which are the most common type. Beet greens are high in these oxalates, so for those already prone to kidney stones, they can make things worse. So, are beet greens completely off the table for those with kidney disease? Not necessarily, but they need to be treated with caution. If you love them, it's best to eat them in moderation, and always consult with a healthcare professional. Some kidney patients might be able to enjoy small servings, but if you have a history of high potassium levels or kidney stones, beet greens should be approached with care. Avoiding these vegetables or limiting their intake may seem tough, but it's crucial for keeping your kidneys healthy. By being mindful of what you eat, you can prevent further damage and help your kidneys continue to do their important work. Remember, everyone's dietary needs are different, especially if you have kidney concerns. That's why it's always a good idea to check with your healthcare provider before making any major changes to your diet. They know your specific needs and can guide you toward the best choices for your health. One last thing to mention, the information shared in this video is based on trusted sources like Healthline and Medical News Today. If you want to dive deeper into kidney-friendly diets, those sites are great places to explore. We really hope this video has helped you understand how certain vegetables can impact kidney health. If you found it useful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips and content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. And we'll see you soon. And we'll see you soon.